everyone, welcome to Cosmic Kids. I'm Jaime and this is your place for yoga, stories and fun. It's easy, just copy the moves I do and enjoy the adventure. Now we always start in the same way, and that's by sitting on our bottoms and crossing our legs and bringing our hands together at our hearts and saying our secret yoga code word, which is Namaste. Ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. There. Now we're ready to begin. And today we've got a special episode. We're doing Disney's movie Frozen. So we're off to Arendelle to meet a pair of princesses called Elsa and Anna. Let's get ready for the snow with a hello snow. We stand up and reach up to the snow, saying, hello, snow. Then we fold all the way forwards, bending our knees a little bit if we need to say hello to the frost. Ready? Hello, frost. We step one leg back behind us, big long step, and we pretend to be an ice skater. Then we step our other leg back and come down onto our bellies, where we wiggle our shoulders all the way up, pretending to be a little snow snake. We tuck our toes and lift our bottoms up to the sky, where we woof like a little husky dog. Woof, 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 woof. We lift up one of our legs like a happy tail, and we put it between our hands, where we pretend to be an ice skater again. We step our other leg forwards and we say hello to the frost. Hello, frost. Then we reach up to the snow and say to the snow, hello, snow. Now, Elsa was born with magical powers. Step one leg forward and one leg back. Bend your knee and stretch your arms. She could make ice, zoo, and jump your feet the other way. And frost, zoo, and lift your arms above your head, and snow, zoo, at will. Now Anna and Elsa were sisters, but they were also the very best of friends. Arms wide, wrap your arms around, giving yourself a great big hug. One night the two girls were in bed, sitting on your bottoms. Bend your knees, feet flat, hands behind you. Lift up your bottoms, making a bed shape. But Anna couldn't sleep. The northern lights were keeping her up. She convinces her sister to come downstairs to play. The two girls tiptoe, 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 tiptoe quietly down the stairs, where Elsa gets into position, leg forward, leg back, arms stretched. She makes the whole great hall covered in ice. Jump your feet the other way, making it into a winter wonderland. The two girls decide to build a snowman. Sitting on your bottoms, hug your knees and tuck your chin in so you don't bonk your head when you roll back. They roll up a big snowball. Ready? All the way back. Ooh, ooh. And another one for the head. Ooh, ooh. Then they build him. Standing up, draw your heels together and bend your knees. Bring your arms above your head, joining your fingers over your head, making a snowman. They decide to call him Olaf, and Olaf likes warm hugs. The girls have a lot of fun, ice skating around the Great Hall. Taking one foot forward and one foot back, bend your knee. Now see if you can balance. Ooh. Can you do the other way? Turning all the way around, drop down to your knee and try the other side. Ooh. It's fun ice skating in the Great Hall. Anna loves jumping. Coming to stand in the middle, let's do a big jump. 1, 2, 3, whee! And Elsa uses her magic to make her jump higher. 1, 2, 3, whee! But oh no! Elsa slips and the magic hits Anna in the face. She crumples to the ground, collapsing into a snowy heap. The king and queen ride on horses to save their daughter. Put one foot forward, lifting your arms up, and tuck your back toes. Swapping your legs over now, put your other foot forward. Elsa follows on behind on her horse. Tuck your back toes. And because of her sadness at what she's done to her sister, she leaves behind her a trail of ice and snow. They reach the land of the trolls. Sitting on your bottoms, cross your legs. Grandpappy sits and uses magic to reverse the curse of Elsa's magic on Anna. He rubs her ears. He rubs her jaw. And he places his hands on her head, removing from her memory all knowledge of her sister's powers, what she has done. Elsa huddles herself up. She feels so bad for what she has done to her sister and promises never to let her feelings, let her powers show again. Back at the castle, she keeps herself away from her sister and her parents. Standing up, take your legs wide, arms wide. But as she gets older, her powers get stronger, starting to spin now. They get stronger and stronger as she grows up. She has to start wearing gloves. Take your arms wide and turn your toe to the side. Stretch out over your front leg. Take your hand down to your shin and reach up with your other hand, making a gloved hand. Then turning the other way, come back up to stand, turn your toe the other way. Reaching forward, touching your shin, reach up with your other hand up to the sky with a gloved hand. Elsa's father teaches her a mantra, coming down to kneel. A mantra is something you say to yourself to make your mind stronger. Elsa turns her hands over to receive the power of her mantra. Conceal it. Don't feel it. Don't let it show. But nothing seems to stop her powers from growing stronger. Around her 18th birthday, the king and queen set sail on a boat. Sitting on your bottoms, lift up one foot, lift up two, lift up one hand, lift up no hands, and give me a wave. Yay! But there is a dreadful storm at sea, and the boat capsizes, meaning it turns upside down. Extend your legs long, lie back, take your arms wide, and lift up your legs. Very tragically, the king and queen are killed at sea, lowering your legs all the way down. Elsa is next in line to the throne, coming up to stand, using chair pose for our throne, bending your knees and sweep your arms up high into chair pose. It's the day of the coronation, and Elsa stands with her hands behind her back, bows all the way forwards to receive the crown on her head. She stands up tall and, removing her gloves, holds the sceptre and the ball. She holds her breath. Holding all of her powers inside, she can't let them show, not now. She holds her breath for just long enough to put them down and take a big breath out. She did it. She didn't let anyone see. Later, there's a party, and Anna and Elsa get talking again. Along the way comes the Duke of Wesselton. Turning to the side, seeing if you can hold your elbows behind your back. Take one leg forward, he bows forward, revealing his rather funny hair. Ooh, hello, Queen Elsa. I wonder if I could have this dance. Well, Elsa doesn't really want to dance with him, so Anna has to instead. Bringing one hand above your head for your coxcomb and your other hand to your tail for your tail feather. The Duke of Wesselton moves like a chicken with the face of a monkey, coming all the way down, ready to jump like a monkey. 1, 2, 3. Wah! Anna thinks he's rather sprightly for a man in heels. Standing all the way up, turn to the side. Now lift up your arms and lift up onto your tippy-tippy tiptoes, trying not to wobble. Later that night, Anna gets talking to Prince Hans of the Southern Isles. Sitting down, take your legs around to the side in mermaid pose. Take your hand onto your knee and look over your shoulder. Now, Prince Hans only really wants to get close to Anna because he wants to take over the throne of Arendelle. But later that night, he says to Anna, "Can I say something crazy? Will you marry me?" Anna is so flattered. Take your legs around to the other side. Hold onto your knee. Take your hand behind you. Look over your shoulder. Look back to the front. She says, "Can I say something crazier?" "Yes." But Elsa will not, cannot give her blessing. She stands. She forbids them to marry in such haste. The two girls argue. And then, stepping one leg forward, one leg back, bend your knee, arms stretch, Elsa's powers are revealed. Shoo! Jump your feet the other way. Shoo! She covers the party in ice and frost and snow, showing everyone what she can do. Panicked, she flees up the mountain, taking big steps as she goes. Big step. And another one. Big step. As she goes, the wind howls. Legs wide, fingers in front of your mouth. Blow your fingers around and around. Ready? An eternal winter is cast over the kingdom. At the top of the mountain, Elsa, she lets everything go as she casts off restraint. She sings, "Let it go, let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go, turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway." She builds an ice palace. Arms wide, take them up and over your head. Jump your feet together, because Elsa brings back to life her and Anna's old friend, Olaf the snowman. Bend your knees and join your fingers. And remember, I like warm hugs. Oh, that's nice that she's got a friend up the mountain. Anna sets off in search for her sister and goes to the shops, to the store to buy supplies. Here she meets Kristoff, the Iceman, who chops ice for a living. Turn to the side, take your legs wide. Crisscross your fingers behind your back and stretch them out. Now, let's chop some ice. 1, 2, 3, chop! And up. 1, 2, 3, chop! And up. Now, Kristoff has a rather lovely loyal friend called Sven. Sitting on your bottoms, your legs out long. Sven is a reindeer. Bend your knee and take your foot over your other leg. Give it a hug and stretch all the way around behind you in a twist. Now, Sven rather likes catching snowflakes with his tongue. Let's do it on the other side too. Stretch those legs long. Hug the other knee in now and take that foot over to the other side. Hug that knee in and twist round behind you, catching some more snowflakes on this side. Anna convinces Kristoff and Sven to take her up the mountain to find Elsa in their sled. Lying on your tummies, take your feet towards your bottom and reach around and see if you can find your feet. Then you're going to smell the snow. Ready? Off they go in the sled. But on the way, they're attacked by wolves. Take your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, lift yourself up, lift your bottom up to the sky and howl like a wolf. Oh! They manage to escape, but the sled falls down a ravine, walking your feet towards your hands, then slowly rolling all the way up. They must continue their journey on foot. They come to a magical-looking forest full of trees. Bring one foot on top of the other and your hands together at your heart. Now grow your magical tree up tall. Now, these trees are dangling with the most beautiful jingly-jangly icicles. I wonder if I blow your tree, what noise it might make. I'll have a go. You stay tall and strong. Here I come. Doopy-doopy-doo. Wow, what a lovely sound you just made. Let's try the other side. I wonder what sound you'll make on that side. Coming back, let's bring our other foot on top now and our hands together at our hearts. Grow our trees up super duper tall and let me try this side now. You stay tall and strong. I'll give you a blow. Ready? Doopy-doopy-doo. Wow, what an amazing sound that was. Now, in this magical forest, Anna, Kristoff and Sven come across Olaf the snowman. Join those heels together, bend those knees and join your hands. He introduces himself, telling them, I like warm hugs. They ask if Olaf can take them up the mountain to where Elsa is hiding in her palace because they need her to bring back summer. At the mention of summer, Olaf says, I just don't know why. I just love the idea of summer, of sun, of all things hot. He raises his arms into the sky as he says, in summer. He takes them up the mountain to find Elsa, where the girls reunite. Wrap your arms around yourself. Coming down onto one knee, join your hands together and bring them in between your eyes. Anna begs Elsa to come back to Arendelle and to remove the curse of the winter. Elsa is terrified she is going to show her powers, and in her terror, sure enough, stretching your leg long, your arms wide, her powers do come out. Other side, jump your feet. This time, they hit Anna in the heart. Elsa can't believe what she's done, and so she creates a giant snow creature called Marshmallow to make them go away. Folding all the way forwards, taking hold of your ankles, Marshmallow says, go away. Kristoff, Sven, Anna and Olaf run. But Kristoff notices something. Jump your feet wide, pitter-patter on your head. Anna's hair is changing colour. It's turning white. Something is very, very wrong. He takes Anna to see the trolls. Sitting on your bottoms, cross your legs, where Grandpappy explains. Anna's heart has been frozen, and only an act of true love can thaw a frozen heart. Kristoff wastes no time. He rides on Sven like a horse. Coming up, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, back toes tucked, arms up high. Swapping your legs over now, turning your other foot forward, tuck those back toes, reach up with those hands. He rides like the wind back to Arendelle, where Prince Hans of the Southern Isles, Anna's one true love, will be able to save her. Meanwhile, at the Ice Palace, where Elsa is, legs wide, arms above your head, Prince Hans and the Duke's men are on their search for Anna, and they've found Elsa. Elsa sets Marshmallow on them. Leaning all the way forward, he tries to fend them off. Go away! But the Duke's men have arrows and bows. Sitting on your bottoms, legs long. They fire with their crossbows, pulling your foot all the way back, aiming at Elsa to try and shoot her down. 1, 2, 3, shoo! They try on the other side as well, lifting up your crossbow. This time, though, the crossbow, the arrow, hits the ice chandelier right above where Elsa is standing. 1, 2, 3, shoo! Now lying on your backs, take your arms wide and your legs up high, making the ice chandelier in candle pose. As the arrow hits the ice chandelier, it comes crashing down, knocking Elsa unconscious. bend your knees, turn them to the side, turn your hands over and taking your head in the opposite way. Prince Hans takes Elsa captive, imprisoning her in the dungeons of the castle in Arendelle. She huddles up. He then traps her hands with all that power, into metal shackles. Crossing your legs, put your hands into those metal shackles, leaning down towards your forearms. He asks Elsa, please, please, make the winter go away, but she confesses that she just doesn't know how. Meanwhile, Princess Anna, with her fast freezing heart, crawls back into the kingdom. She needs to find Prince Hans quickly before she freezes entirely. She crawls on her belly, wiggling herself into the room where Prince Hans is waiting for her. She begs him to kiss her. That true love's kiss will save her now. He sits back on his heels, kneeling up, looking at Anna, and he tells her, "No, I can't kiss you because I don't love you. It won't save you. I only wanted to marry you so that I could get closer to the throne." And he puts out the fire. Come high up onto your knees and spread your arm wide behind you, putting out the fire. And the other way, spread the other arm wide too. Then he stands up, turns his back, locks the door and leaves, charging Elsa with treason for Anna's death. Elsa is back in her cell, and she uses every last ounce of her power to blast her way out. After 3, we're going to do a big jump and a boom. Ready? Ice blast. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Elsa escapes out onto the fjord, into the blizzard. One leg forward, bend your knee, protecting herself with her arm against the fierce, fierce snow. Turning herself the other way, turning your legs the other way, bend your front knee and put that arm in front of your head to protect yourself on the fjord. Back in the castle, Olaf finds the room where Anna is trapped. Joining your heels together, bend your knees, hands above your head. But he needs to get in. The door is locked, so he removes his carrot nose. Hands in front of you and he puts it in the lock. And it opens. But inside, poor Anna, she's freezing to death. Quickly, he comes to the fire, building a lovely, lovely log fire, crossing your legs, leaning all the way forward and making it come to life with your fingers like crackly flames. Oh, he nearly loses his own arm into those flames as well. He gets Anna warm and he tells her that Kristoff is in love with her and that he will be able to save her. But, Olaf, your face is melting. Olaf holds his face. He must get out of this warm room really fast, otherwise he'll melt entirely. The window pops open, standing all the way up, folding all the way forwards, opening the window. Whoop. They head out onto the fjord to find Kristoff to save Anna. Out on the fjord, Prince Hans, standing with his legs on and arms out wide, finds Queen Elsa. He tells her that she has killed her sister, Anna. Hearing this, Elsa collapses to the ground in grief. It's all her fault, and now her sister is dead. Coming up to sit. As she does this, the whole of the winter suddenly ceases. The storm stops. And in that moment, Anna and Kristoff can see each other across the fjord. Joining your fingers and thumbs together, have a look through. They start running towards each other, but then Anna sees Prince Hans raising his sword above his head, about to bring it down on her sister, Elsa. She can't let him do this, so she jumps into the way. Turn your foot to the side, bend your back knee and protect Elsa with your hand. Reach your other hand up. She says, "Stop!" As she does this, she freezes entirely. In that moment, the sword comes crashing down on her hand and splinters into a million smithereens. Prince Hans jumps back. Anna has frozen solid. Elsa slowly stands up to see her sister completely frozen. She wraps her arms around her sister, crying in grief for what she has done. As she does this, slowly, Anna begins to thaw. The ice starts to melt. As she comes back to herself, she realises that by standing in the way of Prince Hans and protecting her sister, that was an act of true love. And in that moment, Elsa realises that love is the way to control her powers. She raises her arms up to the sides, and all sign of winter disappears as the sun and the spring and the summer come through. This is what she needs, love. Olaf, bringing your feet together, your heels together, bend your knees, join your fingers above your head, is made a little flurry, a personal flurry of snowflakes to keep him eternally in the winter. Crisscross your fingers, take them behind your head. Flurry, 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 flurry. Anna and Kristoff share a kiss, coming down to your knees. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Anna and Elsa, once again, are the best of friends. Arms wide, stretch them round yourself, wrapping yourself in a hug. And Elsa promises to keep the castle gates open. Leg to the side, arm up high, lean all the way over. Whoop. And switching sides, knees together, leg out to the other side, arm up to the sky. Ooh. She will never close these gates again. Well, we're ready for a little rest, and we've just spied the sled. This is Kristoff's new sled, so we go and have a nice rest in it. We lie down. Oh, it's so comfy and cosy. We put our bodies all the way down on the soft, comfy blankets, and we let our bodies go. We relax back, hearing those words of Elsa's song. Let it go. Let it go. We are one with the wind and the sky. As we lay here, we bring our hands to our heart, and inside that heart we can feel the warmth, a warmth which is love. And we know the power of that love, what it means to share it. How when we share our love, we spread warmth. We spread something really special. With all that love inside, we will share with our friends and our family, with everyone we know, all the love we have. And from sharing it, there will be more love. Now it's time to slowly come back. We take our arms down by our sides and wiggle our fingers and our toes to thaw them out. We stretch our arms up high above our heads and our legs long, making ourselves into a long popsicle shape. Then we draw our knees into our chest, hugging them in tightly and rolling over like a little snowball. Ooh. Then we come up to sit and we cross our legs, bringing our hands together at our hearts. And we finish just the way we started, with our secret yoga code word, which is Namaste. Ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. There. Well done, everyone. That was amazing. I loved doing the story of Frozen with you. I hope you enjoyed it too. I'll see you again soon for another Cosmic Kids adventure. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, welcome to Cosmic Kids. I'm Jaime and this is your place for yoga, stories and fun. It's easy. All you do is copy the moves I do and enjoy the adventure. Now we always start in the same way, and that's by sitting on our bottoms, crossing our legs and bringing our hands together at our hearts and saying our secret yoga code word, which is Namaste. Ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. There. Now, as you can see, I'm in a rather spooky, mysterious place. I'm wearing a black outfit and some round glasses because today we're doing a special story based on J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Let's get started. We meet Harry, aged 10, living in a house. Coming up to stand, take your feet wide, arms out and above your head. House pose. Harry lives at number 4 Privet Drive with his Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia and his horrid bullying cousin Dudley Dursley. Now, Harry always tries to keep as quiet as a mouse. Coming down to your knees, everybody, and tuck yourself up into a tiny little mouse pose. He stays in his tiny little bedroom, which is in fact the cupboard under the stairs. Coming up to sit. Now, on Harry's 11th birthday, the moon is in the sky. Coming up to stand, join your feet together and your hands together above your head and take yourself over to one side, making a moon pose. And over to the other way, making another moon pose, or a banana, when the clock strikes midnight, pointing all the way up to 12. Dong! All of a sudden, a giant called Hagrid clomps in through the door. Jump your feet wide, folding forwards, take hold of your ankles and clomp, 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 clomp. He straightens up as he tells Harry, "You are a wizard." A wizard? Turning one foot to the side, one foot back and bend your knee. Stretch your arms out wide and lift your arm up to the sky, coming into a wizard pose. "I'm not a wizard," says Harry. Taking your arms down again, straighten your leg and turn to the other side, bending your knee, coming into a wizard pose on the other side. "I'm just Harry." Hagrid stands up and says, "No, and you've been accepted into the Hogwarts School of Wizarding and Witchcraft." Arms wide, hands above your head, coming into school pose. Now, before Harry starts school, he needs to go shopping to get some stuff. Things like a uniform and a pencil case. Oh, and a wand. Hagrid takes Harry on his magic flying motorcycle. Taking yourself halfway forwards, take your handlebars. Here we go. They come to a stop at Diagon Alley, which is a secret, hidden, magic shopping street in the middle of London. This is where all the witches and wizards buy their things. Coming to stand at the side, Harry has to take big steps to keep up with Hagrid. Big step. Now Hagrid tells Harry that he's in fact famous amongst wizards and witches, known as the boy who lived. Step all the way back and all the way forwards on the other leg. Big step. That's because Lord Voldemort killed Harry's parents when he was a baby, but couldn't kill Harry for some strange magical reason. Step all the way back and step forward on the other leg. Big step. And Harry is in fact rather rich because his parents left him lots of money on deposit at the Gringotts Wizarding Bank, which is where they are now for Harry to withdraw some money. Coming up to stand. Gringotts Wizarding Bank is run by goblins. Squatting all the way down. These are rather little menacing-looking fellows with long pointy noses and long pointy ears and long fingernails and sharp nails. Ooh! The goblins show Harry to his vault, which is a bit like a ginormous treasure chest. Sitting on your bottom, join the soles of your feet together, holding onto your toes, and take your head down towards your feet. They open up the vault with a golden key. Inside is lots and lots of money, loads of gold coins, plenty for Harry to buy the things he needs for school. They also go to another vault where Hagrid takes out a stone-shaped parcel and says, "Official Hogwarts business, Harry. Pay no attention to this." Funny, Harry thinks. But now he can go buy his things, so he heads to the wand shop. Coming up onto your knees, take your foot out to the side and your hand up to the sky. Now open up the wand shop door. And come back to 2 knees again. Take your other leg to the other side, your hand up to the sky, and close the wand shop door. Inside, Harry gets to try all of the wands. He gets into his wand pose, taking 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Take your arm out and swish over here, and jump your feet the other way, and swish over there. But the wand that suits Harry best is in fact the twin of Lord Voldemort's. It contains a feather from the same phoenix. A phoenix is a magical bird with a plume of fiery red feathers. Coming up to stand and face the side. Take your arm up to the sky and your hand to the side. Now see if you can catch your foot in your hand, showing off your very special phoenix. Now let's see if we can kick our foot into our hand, coming into our dancer pose to show off our fiery red plume. Well done, everyone! And coming up to stand. Let's try that on the other side. Turning to the other side now. Reach your arm to the sky, your hand to the side, and see if you can catch your foot. Now, kick your foot into your hand, coming into your beautiful fiery phoenix dancer pose. Yay! Well done, everyone. Coming up to stand. Now, Hagrid very kindly buys Harry a present for his 11th birthday. A beautiful, pure white, snowy owl called Hedwig. Come down to your knees. Take your hands down in between. And we go toot, toot. And again, toot, toot. Very good, everyone. It's the first day of school, and Harry arrives at King's Cross railway station to catch the Hogwarts Express from platform 9 3/4. Harry puts his hands on his hips and looks over one shoulder. Where could platform 9 3/4 be as he looks over the other shoulder? And the first and the second? He has no idea where platform 9 3/4 is. Then he spies through his little round glasses, joining your thumbs and fingers together. Have a look through. The Weasley family, and they're obviously going to the same train as he is. He asks them to show him the way, and they tell him he has to jump through a magical wall, crouching all the way down onto your tippy toes. After 3, let's do a big jump through the magic wall. Ready? 1, 2, 3, whoosh! Wow, Harry made it. On the other side is the Hogwarts Express, the train. Jump your feet together, let's go. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, here we go around the track. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, here we go around the track. On the train, Harry makes friends with Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger. They soon arrive at Hogwarts. Toot, toot. All of the children are taken to the Great Hall at Hogwarts School, where the long tables are set. Sitting down on your bottom, feet flat, knees bent, hands behind you. Lift up your bottom, making yourself into a big, long table. Everyone takes a seat in a chair. Coming up to stand. Lift your arms up to the sky and bend your knees sitting down in your chair pose. Harry, Ron, Hermione and the rest of the first years need to be told which house they are in before they can eat. So they need to try on the sorting hat. Jump your feet wide, hands above your head, making a nice pointy sorting hat shape. Now, 4 houses at Hogwarts School. There's Gryffindor, the lion, coming down to your knees. After 3, lion pose. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There's Hufflepuff, which has the symbol of a badger. Take your hands forward, tuck your toes, and walk your hands back so that you're crouching and balancing like a little badger with pointy paws and a pointy nose. Hufflepuff. There's also Slytherin, which has the symbol of a snake. Yes, well done, everyone. Come down onto your bellies, hands underneath your shoulders, and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Like a Slytherin snake. And lastly, there's Ravenclaw, which is the symbol of an eagle, coming into eagle pose. Up we come to stand. Cross one leg over the other and bend your knees. Arms out wide. Swizzle those arms so one's under the other and wave with your underneath arm. Twizzle them round to hold your palms and sit yourself down like an eagle. Ah, ah! Now I'd like to know which house you're in. Let's play a game. I'll twinkle my fingers like this, like I'm wearing the sorting hat, and I'll say a special rhyme. And then I'd like you to show me which house you're in by doing the yoga pose. Will you be in Gryffindor with the lion? Will you be in Hufflepuff with the badger? Will you be in Slytherin with the snake? Or will you be in Ravenclaw with the eagle? Let's see. Ready, everyone? Sorting hat, which house are you? Wow, I can see all sorts of houses. Some of you are in Gryffindor, lion pose, yes. Some of you are in Ravenclaw. I can see you're doing eagle, well done. Some of you are in snake. Look, you're doing snake, that means you're in Slytherin. Ooh. And some of you are in Hufflepuff with your very clever badgers. Well done, everyone. Now, coming up to stand, twinkle your fingers on your head as Harry, Ron and Hermione wait to be told what house they're in. And it is Gryffindor, lion pose, coming down to your knees. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Very good, everyone. Now, at Hogwarts, they have some rather funny lessons. They have potions with Professor Severus Snape coming onto your tummies to make a cauldron. Here we go, onto your bellies. Take your feet towards your bottom. See if you can grab one ankle and another ankle, and then breathe in as you lift up into a cauldron shape. Well done, everybody. Now, coming all the way up again to sit with your feet nice and wide, because into that cauldron they have to mix lots and lots of bubbly potions. Take hold of one of your stirring sticks and we go bubble, 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 potion. And the other way, let's take the other stick now. Bubble, 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 potion. Take your leg to the other side. In the sports field, they have broomstick flying lessons. Coming up to stand. Let's do our flying pose. Ready? Standing nice and strong, take your arms out wide. Lift up one of your legs. Oh, trying not to wobble. And take your foot out back behind you, making yourself into your flying pose. Broomstick flying. Woohoo! And standing nice and tall. Now, Harry is very good at broomstick flying, so good that he gets chosen to be the new seeker on the Quidditch team for Gryffindor. Let's try our flying pose on the other side and see what it's like playing Quidditch. Coming to the other side, arms wide. See if you can balance on your one leg and then take that leg all the way back behind you into your flying pose. Nice and strong. Woohoo! And stepping back. Well done, everyone. Now, one night, Harry, Ron and Hermione are climbing the stairs back to Gryffindor's quarters. Up we go, up we go, up we go. When all of a sudden, the stairs change direction. Ooh. They keep climbing. Up we go, up we go, up we go. and they end up in a part of the school they're really not supposed to be in. They come across a large three-headed dog. Coming down to your knees. Take your hands down, tuck your toes, press your bottom up to the sky, coming into your dog pose. Now, I did say it was a three-headed dog, so let's lift up one of our legs and waggle it around. Coming up to stand, everyone. Harry, Ron and Hermione, run, run! And they hide, tucking themselves up into small little hiding balls. Oh, that was one scary guard dog. They sit up. What on earth could it have been guarding, they wonder? Harry wonders whether it had something to do with that parcel Hagrid got out of the vault back at the Gringotts Bank. We'll see. Let's go and ask Hagrid, they think, who lives in the Forbidden Forest. Coming up to stand. The Forbidden Forest is full of menacing-looking trees. Bring one foot on top of the other and your hands together at your heart. Now grow your tree up nice and tall. Ooh, now, I wonder if you can do a really nice, menacing, scary face for me. Very good. Let's try another one on the other side. Bringing your other foot on top now, your hands together at your heart again. Grow up nice and tall. And another nice, scary face. Very good, everyone. They find Hagrid's hut. Jump your feet wide, hands up tall. Where they find him tending to a large golden egg. Sitting on your bottoms. Hug your knees into your chest. Now, see if you can just lift your toes off of the ground and balance like a little cosmic egg. Well done. All of a sudden, the egg hatches. And out pops a baby dragon. Oh, coming up onto one knee, everyone. One knee forward, one knee back. You can keep your toes tucked behind you if it helps. And then crisscross your thumbs, lifting them up and above your head. And let's do a baby lion face. Ready? Very good. Can we swap sides? Taking your knee down and swapping your sides. Ready? Oh, Hagrid's fallen in love with this little baby dragon. He calls him Norbert. Oh, very sweet. Now, Harry asks about this guard dog. What was it doing? What was it guarding? Hagrid says, well, that's just Fluffy. Fluffy's no trouble. He'll go to sleep if you play him music. Oh, we shouldn't have said that. So Hagrid knows something about this guard dog, but he's not ready to tell Harry what he's guarding. At least Harry now knows how to make him fall asleep. It's Christmas, and for the first time in Harry's life, he receives a Christmas present. It's a beautiful cloak, and the note says that it used to belong to his father. Harry tries it on. Coming up high onto your knees, take your arms wide. Now wrap yourself up in that beautiful cloak. Harry notices that when he does this, his whole body disappears. It's an invisibility cloak. Cool, this is a brilliant present and could be very, very useful. It's back to being at school, and Harry, Ron and Hermione are in the library studying some books. Sitting on your bottom, bend your knees and open your knees, making a book shape. They're trying to find out what that stone was, and maybe it's got something to do with Fluffy the guard dog. Hermione, who's very good at studying books, finds something. The Philosopher's Stone. It contains the elixir of life. Elixir of life means that you're immortal and that you'll never die. Harry and Ron do know this, but Harry realises, yes, that must be what is being hidden at the school to protect it from Lord Voldemort, who wants it more than anything so that he can regain his health, take his power back, and finish off Harry once and for all. Harry knows that he must get to it before Lord Voldemort does, and luckily he has his friends, Ron and Hermione, to help him. That night, they take cover beneath the cloak. Standing up, jump your feet wide, arms wide. Start to spin yourself as you cover yourself with that brilliant invisibility cloak. Then the three of them start to tiptoe quietly, so as not to make a sound while they're invisible, to that room where Fluffy the guard dog is. Coming down to your knees, hands down, tuck your toes, lift your bottom up to the sky. Remember, Fluffy's a three-headed dog, so lift up one of your legs and waggle it around. But Harry knows music will send it to sleep, so he plays a little tune on a flute. Standing up, cross one leg over the other and take your hands to the side and play your little tune on your flute. And let's go the other way. Cross your feet the other way and take your hands to the side and play your flute on the other side. Very nice. Fluffy seems to go to sleep. Coming down to your knees. All the way down with your head. Harry, Ron and Hermione take this opportunity to open up the trapdoor in the floor that Fluffy has been guarding. Standing up, legs wide, crisscross your fingers behind your back and stretch your arms out, folding all the way forwards to open up the trapdoor. Ready? 1, 2, 3, fold! They stand up and they jump down into the trapdoor. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom. They land on their backs, rolling all the way down, but they've landed in a giant plant, a plant called Devil's Snare. It starts to coil itself around their legs, around their arms. Oh no, it's trapped them. Luckily, Hermione, who pays attention in her biology classes, knows that the way to release from this plant is to relax. They try it. Oh. Sure enough, it works, and they're free. Yes, coming up to stand. They're in the next room, but they're faced with a life-sized game of wizarding chess, where all the pieces come to life. Jump your feet together. There's a bishop, hands at your heart, who's bowing backwards and forwards, singing ooh-boo-bee-doo-boo-dee. There's a knight as well. Take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and clasp your hands forward as we go charge, like a knight. There's also a castle piece. Turning your feet to the front, take your arms out wide, hands above your head, coming into your castle pose. Now, luckily, Ron is rather good at chess, so he takes the lead in this game, and he does really well. He leaves the coast clear for Harry to continue alone. Harry goes through a tunnel. Coming down to your knees, hands down, tuck your toes, lift your bottom to the sky. He walks his feet forwards and he comes up to stand slowly to find himself facing a giant magical mirror. He stands as still as a mountain, looking at his reflection. In this mirror, you see whatever you desire. And all of a sudden, Harry sees the Philosopher's Stone drop into his pocket. It's worked. But at that very same moment, Lord Voldemort comes into the room in disguise as one of Harry's professors. He tries to grab the stone off Harry. Take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, stretch your arms and reach forward like Lord Voldemort. Give it to me! Harry pulls all the way back. No! Voldemort chases Harry all around the room and he reaches again for it. Give it to me! Harry grabs his hand. And as he does, the hand begins to burn and disintegrate into dust. Harry takes hold of Voldemort's head, and all of a sudden Voldemort's head starts to disintegrate into dust until his whole body turns into one big pile of rubble. Harry's natural magic has done it again. He's defeated Lord Voldemort, and he has the Philosopher's Stone in his care. But he is exhausted, and he takes himself to the hospital wing, where a lovely cosy bed is waiting for him. Sitting on your bottoms, feet flat, knees bent, hands pointing towards your bottom, and lift yourself up into your bed shape. Harry sinks down into the bed. He stretches his legs forwards, and he folds all the way forwards to take hold of the blankets. He brings them up over his body as he gets himself lying down and comfy in this beautiful, comfortable bed. He takes rest. And just like Harry, we also take rest to regain our strength. That amazing special magic that Harry has, we all have it. It's called love. And that love is the most powerful thing of all. It will defeat and overcome all darkness. And it lives in each of every one of us. And while we channel and share that love, the world, whether it's a magical one or not, will become a more beautiful place, full of wonder and light and warmth. So we breathe into that love now that sits in our body and our hearts. Deep breathing to let it spread all around. It makes us feel so peaceful. So with that love and with that peace, we slowly bring ourselves back, wiggling our toes and our fingers, bringing our knees up to our chest and giving them a hug. We roll over onto our side and we slowly come up to sit, back to where we started, with our hands together at our hearts. And we finish just the way we started, with our secret yoga code word, which is Namaste. Ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. Well done, everyone. Thanks for coming on the Harry Potter yoga adventure with me. That was great fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you soon for another Cosmic Kids adventure. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, welcome to Cosmic Kids. I'm Jaime and this is your place for yoga, stories and fun. It's easy, just copy the moves I do and enjoy the adventure. Now we always start in the same way, by crossing our legs and bringing our hands together at our hearts. We then bend our knees and sit down on our bottoms. And we say the secret yoga code word, which is Namaste. Ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. There. Now we're ready to begin. And today we're off to meet Enzo the Bee. Now can you tell me, what do bees make? Yes, honey, you're right. So we're going to start by making a honey sandwich. Let's put our legs out nice and long and butter our bread. Ready? Butter, butter, butter. Butter, butter, butter. Butter, butter, butter. Bit more. Butter, butter, butter. Now we're going to take our arms out nice and wide. We're going to twist round this way and we're going to get our honey. We're going to spread it, spread it, spread it. Oh, that looks lovely. Now take your arms out nice and wide again and twist around the other way. Let's get another slice of bread and let's pop it on top of our sandwich, bending our knees if we need to. Ooh, lovely. Now it's springtime, so let's stand up. Let's bend all the way forwards and let's reach down and lift up the window. Wow, here comes the Bumble Fairy. Let's lean all the way forward, and she's fluttering her Bumble Fairy wings. Wow! She blows us with her Bumble Fairy magic pollen. All of a sudden, we start to grow 1, then 2 long antennae out of our heads. Our bodies become all fuzzy and furry with black and yellow stripes. We've got 2 little wings on the side of our body and jump your feet wide, clasp your hands behind your back. We've got our very own sting, leaning all the way forwards. Sting! Wow, we've been magicked into a bee. Let's buzz off and go and find Enzo. Ready? Now, Enzo lives in a bee's nest. Coming onto your tummies, take your feet towards your bottoms. Reach around with one hand and reach around with the other and kick your feet into your hands and breathe in and breathe out. Now, Enzo's bee's nest is a very busy place. He shares it with 5,000 other bees. Oh, my goodness, is it busy. Sitting up, let's cross our legs and let's put our fingers in our ears and hum. Now, all of the bees are preparing for the upcoming honey competition. Queen Bee Zena is going to be judging, and the winner gets to be Queen Bee Zena's king. Everyone wants to be Queen Bee Zena's king, but none more so than Enzo. He has loved Queen Bee Zena for the whole of his life. He really wants to win. The next morning, he wakes up and stretches his antennae. He wiggles forward onto your tummy, hands underneath your shoulders, and lift yourself up. And decides that today he's going to go to the meadow and get the best pollen he can for his honey. But it's dangerous. He's going to meet some scary creatures on the way. He'll take some of his honey to give them instead of eating him. Hopefully it'll work. Time to go. Tuck your toes, lift your bottom up to the sky and walk your feet towards your hands. Standing up tall, he's at the larvae launch pad. And he's going to take 3 big bee breaths before he sets off. Crisscross your fingers underneath your chin. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Last time. Big breath in. Big breath out. He puts on his protective bug eyes, putting your finger and forefinger together and put them over your eyes. And he gets his wings ready. Bzz, 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 bzz. And he buzzes off. Bzz, flying over fields of heather and clover and lavender. He stops for a rest at a tree, putting one foot on top of the other. Bring your hands together at your heart. Now grow your tree up tall, and I wonder, how strong are you feeling today? Can I blow you down? Let me have a go. You stay still and I'll try. Oh my goodness! You're still standing up. You're an amazing tree. Let's try it on the other side. Taking the other foot on top now and bringing your hands together at your heart again. Grow your tree up tall and can you count to 5? Let's have a try. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! Yay! We did it! Well done, everyone. But all of a sudden, there's a scary bird. Jump your feet wide, take hold of your shoulders, and he tweets hungrily at Enzo.
Hey, you bee! What you doing in my tree?
Oh, Enzo doesn't know what to say. He says, "Oh, hello. I was just heading to the meadow to get some nice flowers for my honey. Would you like to try some honey?" The bird looks at Enzo and says, yes, please. Enzo takes some of the honey from his backpack and he pops it in front of the bird. And then he buzzes off really fast. Phew! He gets himself to the lake. Sitting down, put your legs out really wide. And there are lots of beautiful flowers around this lake, which Enzo loves. He looks over at these flowers. Oh, so pretty. And he looks over at these flowers. Oh, gorgeous flowers. He decides to pop in a few and get some of their lovely pollen. Jumping into the first flower. Bzzz. Jumping into the second flower. Bzzz. And jumping into the third flower. Bzzz. And when he jumps out of the third flower, he's faced with a dragonfly. Oh no! Coming onto your tummies, lay yourself down and long. Lift up one of your legs and push it to the sky. Then use your other foot to hoist it up. Wow, what a beautiful dragonfly you are. Now, Enzo says very quickly, hello, I was just checking that these flowers are safe for dragonflies. And I'm glad to say they are. The dragonfly looks a bit confused. Lying back down on your tummy, this time lift the other leg, push it to the sky and hoist it up. He says, oh, so you must be the safety bee, mate. You are doing a great job checking those flowers for us dragonflies. Thanks, bye. And he buzzes off. Phew! Enzo saved the day again. He heads up the mountain. Jump your feet wide and bzzz, all the way up to the top. It gets very windy at the top of the mountain and it starts to swish and sway and swish and sway Enzo all over the place. So he huddles up bzzz, into a little nook in the mountain. But oh no, he nuzzles up right into a spider's web. Ah! And here comes the spider. Take your feet wide, bend your knees and ticka your hands round to the outside, because this spider looks at Enzo and licks her lips. She's got a very tasty bee lunch ahead of her. Enzo thinks quickly again. Oh, please don't eat me. I'm on my way to the meadow. I want to make the best honey I can for my queen bee, Xena. The spider, taking her little legs out again, melts with her heart and says, oh, you romantic little devil, you. Let me help you with that. I'll try your honey and you get yourself to the meadow. Enzo snips himself free. Snip! Boing! And he gives the spider some of his honey. She tries it. Oh, it's very good. But you get to that meadow. Get yourself some more flowers. You can come through the secret tunnel. The secret tunnel? Brilliant! Put your hands down. Put your feet down. Lift your bottom up to the sky. And Enzo wiggles all the way through on his tummy. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. He arrives in the beautiful meadow. It's the most amazing place he's ever been to for flowers. It's hopping with bunnies. Lift your bottom up and see if you can hop, hop, hop your legs up. There are also some rather lovely butterflies fluttering their butterfly wings. Flutter, 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 flutter. Enzo wastes no time and begins hopping in all the flowers. He buzzes as much as he can, and then he buzzes off all the way home. He arrives back at the nest and goes straight to the honey kitchen. Sitting down, put your legs out wide. He gets the honey pot in front of him and sprinkles in the lovely pollen from the flowers in the meadow. Then he takes his honey spoon and he stirs it, stirs it, stirs it. He then stirs it with the other one as well, just for luck. Stirs it, stirs it, stirs it. It's ready, and he presents it to Queen Bee Xena. Crossing your legs, lift up your honey and hold it high. Queen Bee Xena tries all of the honeys. The first honey. That's a nice honey. The second honey. That's quite a nice one too. What about this one? She says, looking at Enzo's. On trying it, her eyes close. Her antennae float up into the air, and she begins to float up into the sky. She whirls around in a funny circle before saying, "I love it." She is indeed in love with Enzo's honey, and as a result, in love with Enzo. Enzo's done it! He becomes Queen Zena's king! All of the swarm of bees hum their congratulations. Stick your fingers in your ears and hum! What an amazing thing Enzo has achieved. He was determined to make his honey the best, and he was courageous enough to go a bit further than everyone else. What a lovely story. And it's time to rest our little bee bodies now by lying ourselves down. We take our bodies back and we close our eyes. Maybe we can pretend we're back in that beautiful meadow where all of the flowers and the grass and the bunnies and the butterflies live together. What an amazing story. How Enzo went on his adventure. It helps us realize that maybe when we try new things, we'll do a little bit better as well. It's good to try new things, because when you do, you feel really proud for having done it. Let's start to wake up again now. We wiggle our fingers and we wiggle our toes. We stretch our bodies up long and we bring our knees into our chest. We roll over onto our side and we come up to sitting with our legs crossed and our hands together at our heart, just like we started. And we finish with the same word, namaste. Ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. Well done, everyone. You were brilliant, bees. Come back soon for another Cosmic Kids adventure. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to join me on Saturday morning for Saturday morning yoga. Get everyone at home together and enjoy some family time. Remember, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss one. I'll see you Saturday.